Welcome, my friends, to another The Mandalorian episode review. It's Mando Fridays, and as always, please do watch the episode before watching this review. There will be spoilers, and there's actually a ton of spoilers to talk about in this episode, so let's talk about it. In this episode, the Mandalorian braves high seas and meets unexpected allies in the episode called The Heiress. Now, again, there will be spoilers, and before I get to my thoughts, why don't you share yours in the comments below? That's the most important part. And of course, please do take a moment to subscribe if you haven't, and liking and sharing the video. And also, I have merch. There's Ren Geekness merch online on TeePublic. There's a link for my merch store in the description below. So also take a moment and consider supporting the channel by buying some really cool merch. So let's address the elephant in the room. This is the episode where Sasha Banks, SmackDown Women's Champion, comes in, and number one, I was wrong. She is not Sabine Wren. Number two, I'm very glad she wasn't Sabine Wren. I'm also addressing the fact that I wasn't very confident about Sasha Banks being on the show as far as her acting capabilities are concerned, let's just say that. And while this episode didn't prove me right, it also didn't prove me wrong. She has like one, maybe two lines of dialogue, and that's really it. There's not much appraisal to her acting prowess to be taken away from this episode. What she was meant to do, I thought she did fine, but again, not playing Sabine Wren, I don't mind that one bit. Doesn't mean that we won't see Sabine Wren later in the season, because we do get a name drop as far as episode 5 is concerned. But the thing I liked the most in this episode was the directing, and this episode is once again directed by Bryce Howard, who directed last season's episode 4, the one where it was very Jurassic Park meets the Magnificent Seven themed in terms of structure and how it was shot, and she does a really good job in this episode as well. The action is really well helmed. How the story comes further and gets pushed further is really well done as well. And this goes to prove that you don't need the longer episodes to have the best episodes. Now, am I kind of disappointed in a sense that this was only 35 minutes long, including the recap and credits? Yeah, I want a little bit more. I think we're always going to feel that way, especially since this season started with a 50-minute long episode. However, this episode does the most it can and the best it can with the time it is given. And although that time wasn't long, they did a really good job with the action, with the characters, pushing the story of the season as a whole further, and I was right. The contact of the Frog Lady, or it ended up not being the contact of the Frog Lady, but the person who people were talking about, that there were Mandalorians around this planet that Mando went into with the Frog Lady, was Bo-Katan, leading a troop of 3 Mandalorians, including herself, Katee Sackhoff, playing Bo-Katan. I was so happy. Not only do I love Katee Sackhoff as an actress, I love Bo-Katan as a character. And this was Bo-Katan to a T. This character hasn't changed a bit from the last time we saw her till now. She's played by the same actress. She's got her creator involved in this show as well. And now she wants to go back to Mandalore and rule over it. She is the Heiress. But I just love how she came into the scene, just stepping in, kicking ass, bossing people around, and being a leader as she is. And because of that, we get some awesome Stormtrooper on Mando action that is really well shot. It's really exciting, and they go into this Imperial convoy that is transporting weapons, and they need those weapons. They need to stop that cargo, and there's a cameo by Titus Welliver, which is one of the most underrated actors working today. And also Moff Gideon comes into this, and we get the connection. Bo-Katan is after the Darksaber, which we know he has, and Bo-Katan being the last person that had the Darksaber, I want to know that backstory. How did the Darksaber exchange hands, and how long ago that it was? This episode has lots of great questions that it raises, but it also gives us a lot of answers. And of course, once the mission is over, we get Mando getting a name drop for someone he must meet to find the Jedi, Ahsoka Tano. Bo gives him the directions he needs, and by episode 5, we will have her on screen, my friend. And that's why I say we might still get Sabine in this season. She might be with Ahsoka. We don't know. So I just really love how this episode felt small in scale, but it connected to the further, let's say, branches of the Star Wars galaxy and what has happened before, what will happen next. It just does what it has to do really, really well in a strong manner that leaves an impact and makes you remember this fantastic debut of Bo-Katan in live action. Sidebar to Baby Yoda being left with Frog Lady and Mr. Frog, that's what I'm going to call him. He raises the babies hatch, and he's helping them get a claim to the outside world, I guess, to the water, and it's really cute. I'm glad he didn't eat him. He finally sees it as living beings as well. So forget about that last episode of Baby Yoda as being a genocidal maniac. I'm so happy they quote-unquote fixed it in this episode. It's forgotten. We've moved on from it. But I'm just really happy. I thought it was really cute. And just all these creatures together, cute. Those sons of bitches with a squid face throwing Baby Yoda into the sea. Oh, I fucking hate him. I fucking hate when Baby Yoda gets hurt or someone tries to hurt him. It's really easy to make me hate characters and people that way. So Baby Yoda is safe. I'm very glad that he's safe. Man, what an episode. So those are my thoughts on The Mandalorian Chapter 11, The Heiress. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That's the most important part. It's for you to start a conversation in the comments and we exchange thoughts on there. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Don't forget, I'll be doing reviews for every single episode every week and many other reviews for movies, and I have podcasts, and you can check all that in the channel if you subscribe, if you click the bell for the notifications. And again, my merch store is live since yesterday. Go check it out. Some really cool merch, some t-shirts, some mask designs. Those are really cool, and I'll have more designs very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best. Stay tuned for the next video to come very soon. And so until then, stay beautiful, stay geeky, and don't forget, like, to share, to subscribe, because it really helps me and the channel out. But most importantly, above everything else, forever and always, love each other and love the movies.